Hey everybody out there, going to talk a little Pfizer today. So the Pfizer comes out saying that the third shot, I guess the booster shot, is going to be effective against the Omicron variant, and it was moving to the upside. Probably a lot of the reason why some of the travel names in the overall market is recovering here, but much like, not overwhelming news specifically for the vaccine makers here, the pop and fade trade came into play. So I want to show a couple of things. First, going to start with the 15-minute chart. You will see, you go back a couple of days, and we did have a failure at the 55 level, and then a big time drop off. This is what I want to focus on, because when we dropped down through this range, there was a nice little short brief consolidation right around the open on the 53, which had been a bit of a previous low. We just marked off 53 here. And then when you got to the bottom yesterday, you had this higher low at 51. So those are a couple of things that we're going to hone in on here today. So when I came down and thought, okay, I like that pop and fade idea, I sit down, and here is the pre-market just after 7 o'clock. You have a high shy of that 53 level. It comes in, it retests down around 52. You had a slight pop up. That wick is fugazi. It got to 52.5. And now we're set up. We got a 53 high. You got a 52 half in the middle. And now at 9:30, I'm simply looking for the pop up, the failure at 53 or short in front of 53. And then Bobby's your uncle. So we get the fill just right at the open, get the spike up, it fails to get through the top end of that range, and then at that point it's just find your targets. And we went over sort of that secondary target that we like, and that's that 51 all the way here at the bottom. Pretty simple to see. That's why I was sort of looking at that lower high, but I wanted to make sure, and if you were watching us a couple of days ago in Lucid, and even actually today in Lucid, there was a lot of jockeying around that opening price fade where you'd be in and out a couple times. So anticipating that could be an idea, I did hop on the bid in front of this support right from before the open at 52 and change, anticipating that if I got 2 or 3 chances to get short in front of 53, that's something that I wanted to do. That never happened, so you're just holding on for dear life down into 51. Now, this is a setup that has worked pretty well on Moderna in the past, sometimes playing it over in NVAX whenever they'd have some vaccine-related news, and it's been a pretty good one. The key thing here, though, and this is always trying to be better with our trades, once it had that pop and failure through 53, there's an opportunity to add. Now, a lot of times you might get a little bit of a consolidation there. There really wasn't one. It was a pretty quick move to fail back in here, and it had done something like this, around 52.8, 52.9, 100% I likely would have been able to add here. Still should have been trying a little bit more aggressively to try to add once it popped into the fail break at 53 even. But again, that's a little bit of a nitpick. You can always try to do better with your trades. Just because it's positive news doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go up, because if you've already gapped up and you find yourself in a situation where you're running into where you think there might be some resistance, it's not as if you're going to be buying this thing down at 51 in the pre-market or at 9:30. It's not presenting you with that opportunity. So you've got to trade the patterns that you see despite the positive news, able to put one on here with Pfizer, and that's what you have to be able to do. Take advantage of the price action that you can and don't get married to a single direction. This one happened to work out here today in Pfizer, but hey, a lot of times we're trading some of the faster movers like a Moderna. Nice to actually have one of these in Pfizer, which isn't usually as volatile.